Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out the Film Geek. Today I'm talking about the 1996 film, The Cable Guy.
Come on, touch it.
Huh?
Come on, you need human contact. Touch it.
I will not touch it. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it.
I know how you're feeling right now.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that.
I'm here for you.
Don't do that. Jesus Christ, you're gonna get me killed. Out of here.
Oh, Billy.
The Cable Guy is directed by Ben Stiller, and it's starring Jim Carrey, Matthew Broderick, and Leslie Mann. A cable guy who might be mentally disturbed tries to start a friendship with a new customer, and well, things don't go well. That's putting it mildly. The original screenplay by Lou Holtz Jr. was a much lighter comedy that producer Judge Apatow called an annoying friend movie, much like What About Bob? In that original screenplay, the cable guy was a likable loser who intrudes upon the cable subscriber's life, but never in a physically threatening way. Carrey, Apatow, and Stiller liked the setup of someone who was really smart with technology invading someone's life, and opted to add slapstick and darker tones, changing it to more of a satire of thrillers such as Cape Fear. The Cable Guy was released June 16, 1996, and it grossed $102.8 million on a $47 million budget, making the film not a financial flop, but it didn't gross near as much as past films that Carrey had starred in, making it kind of a flop. The movie was also divided by both fans and critics. It's currently sitting on Rotten Tomatoes at a 54% critic score and a 51% audience score. So what do I like about this movie? Well, I feel like this is the first time that Jim Carrey starts to step away from that living cartoon persona that he has and really starts doing a bit of acting. The jokes in this film don't really rely so much on the physical comedy. It's there, don't get me wrong, but a lot of this depends on Carrey's acting and his character. And that's another thing. This character in this film, it to me seems like it's a bit deeper than a lot of the characters that he'd take on previously. A lot of his films, again, just was a goofball guy that acted weird and was just super annoying. But in this movie, yes, he's super annoying, but he's also really scary. Also, too, the darker tone of this film is what really attracted me to this movie in the first place. In fact, I may have been one of the only people really looking forward to this film in 1996 when it came out. Many critics and Carrey fans thought that this movie was going to absolutely destroy his career because it was such a departure from what he'd done in the past. He'd always played a likable loser goofball character. He'd never really played somebody that was, one, not likable, and two, like I said, quite scary. The darker tones of this film really turned some people off, but it's what really attracted me to this movie in the first place. So what does that actually say about me? One last thing I'd like to say about this movie is that this is the film that actually made me a Jim Carrey fan. The things that people didn't like about this movie, I really enjoyed. I liked the darker tones. I liked the fact that Jim Carrey wasn't his normal goofball self. I liked the fact that he was the villain in this movie and not the hero. These are all things that made me really enjoy the film and made other people really dislike it. Sorry? All in all, this is a solid comedy that's a lot of fun to watch from beginning to end, and if you're curious and you would like to check it out, you can currently find it for rent on YouTube, Google Movies, and Amazon Prime. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's another thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.